Hello everyone, and welcome to today's show of energy transformation. And the theme today is how we can help transform, live with, but transform some of the fear and anxiety that you may have in your everyday life. It's ongoing. There's always something that triggers that old fear and anxiety. And it's just not comfortable because we know that we are so out of alignment and out of connection with our higher self when we're feeling those feelings. And yet we're human. So they're strong. they like to take over, whatever the fear and anxiety is about. And there are techniques to use that really do help you through stressful times. I remember clearly when my husband had a massive stroke and I didn't know how I was going to survive, live. I had to work, yet he was barely alive for 12 years. So every day, many times a day, I would use these techniques. And each time I did, it was like, I just let go of some of the thoughts and managed to connect with that deeper place inside. So all these shows are actually about how to reconnect and strengthen our connection to the innate, the higher wisdom within us. It doesn't matter what labels you want to put on this. You know what I'm talking about. The energy of the all that is, God, source, innate, higher wisdom. It's all part of who we are, but we get so disconnected because of life circumstances and our reactions to life circumstances that we get thrown out of our center. And we feel very vulnerable, very alone, and as if we're just these physical bodies. But of course we're not. We're so much more than just these physical bodies. So we're working with always the emotional body, which is just outside our physical, our mental body, which is outside the emotional, our spiritual body, which is connected to source, and then many other levels that we may or may not get into, such as parallel lives, past, present, and future, all have an effect, although we're not aware of it, on who we are in third dimensional linear time. So let's look at fears today. Fear creates this anxious feeling that is just so prevalent with us. How am I going to pay the rent? How am I going to get through the day? How am I going to get to work? How am I going to be able to homeschool my child? It's just, there's always something. And yet the whole time I was going through what I was going through, I was always connected to somehow the universe is working with me and it's all going to work out for my highest good. That is the thought and the energy that if you can, as we go through this, begin to connect with. The universe is in my corner. It doesn't seem like it right now, but it is, and it's up to me to somehow clear my energy enough to raise my vibration enough that I can feel more connected to the higher vibrational frequencies of those higher dimensions, which then allows us to flow, to create, and to manifest what we want instead of manifesting more of what we don't want, which is what happens, of course, when we're in fear. So it's like a catch-22. Well, how do I get out of fear? Well, that's what we're going to be working on. So we're going to talk to the innate wisdom in the trillions of cells in your body, trillions. And every cell has a consciousness. I mean, just think about how conscious we should be or could be, or why aren't we? If we've got trillions of cells and they all have a consciousness and awareness and they communicate with each other. And innate, this higher wisdom, flows through every cell, all through the DNA. And then we have a master cell, which is a stem cell, which communicates from cell to cell to cell. I mean, it's brilliant, but are we utilizing it? Are we talking to our innate? Now, not only will we connect with talking with the innate, we're going to be talking to the energy of the fears. And I've mentioned this before, and I hope maybe some of you are beginning to learn how to do muscle testing, divine muscle testing, connecting in a way where you do literally communicate with that consciousness within you, throughout, above. And it gives you a yes, no. All you need is a yes, no signal. So do a little research on that if you want, because truly to go deeper and deeper and deeper and higher, it helps to be able to communicate with the emotion and the reason behind the emotion, and your subconscious and your conscious and your superconscious and your parallels. And getting a yes, no really, really helps. But today, as usual, I'm going to be working with just beliefs, your fears that may or may not make sense to you. So I want you to put in your own fear when we do this. And we're going to be remembering that the emotion of fear that creates the anxiety is energy, pure energy. Just like you are, molecules of vibrating energy, your thoughts are, your emotions are, everything is energy. And we're just working on an energy level to shift what actually affects us mentally, emotionally, physically. So fear, okay, your greatest fear. We're going to ask it now. I want you to sit quietly, and to do this work and to really connect, it's necessary to take yourself to a better feeling place, and something somewhere will make you feel good and make you have a little smile on your face. So go to that place, that event, that baby, that puppy, that kitten, that horse, that sunset, that whatever it is, the look in your lover's eye, remembering when you first fell in love, what it feels like to feel that loved and accepted. Find that good feeling space, okay? Because that's where I want you to go. So, okay, are you getting it? Have you got one? And if by any chance you can't find something wonderful, you just pretend. What would it feel like to feel that way? And now, if you can, put the tongue on the roof of your mouth, which deepens your connection. But you won't be able to do that while you're talking. And you're going to say out loud after me, but I want you to put your own fear in here if you want. Even though I have such fear about how I'm going to cope with whatever it is, I love and accept myself anyway. In fact, let's do a tapping to start that off. Tapping on the side of your hand, which is bypassing your conscious mind. This is EFT tapping. Even though I have this constant fear of how on earth am I going to cope, I love and accept myself anyway. And take a nice deep breath. Okay, letting it all out. Great. Just do that another time, even though I've got this constant ongoing fear and anxiety. I love and accept myself anyway. Nice deep breath. Okay, now we're going to talk to the fear. And you're going to say, fear of, and be specific if you can. I'm sure you can. You know what you're afraid of. Can you hear me? And you will get a yes, I can hear you. And we're going to say, fear, you're not working for me. I appreciate you're there for me, but it's time for you to transition into your own healing. So fear, please begin your transformation. Fear, please begin to transform into your healing. And just imagine it sort of lifting off you. Remember, it's energy. I know it feels solid and real, but it's energy. Lifting off, going higher and higher. And now I want you to say, fear of not feeling safe. Can you hear me? And it's almost sure to say yes. And, you know, you will be able to make it more personal. Fear of not feeling safe around, feeling not safe in that circumstance, not feeling safe financially, not feeling safe with my health. Whatever it is, remember, it's personal to you, but we're encompassing or trying to encompass all of it. So fear of not feeling safe, and remember, this part of you is deep in your subconscious and comes probably from your childhood. Can you hear me? And it will say yes. Okay, fear, I love you. Fear of not feeling safe, I love you, but you're not helping me. And it's time for you to get your own healing. So you're sending this energy, this thought pattern, these memories, these cellular memories into their own healing. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Take a nice deep breath. Now we're talking to your innate in the cells of your body. Fear in the cells of my body. Can you hear me? And you may be holding it in your chest, in your lungs, in your throat, in a part of your body that's got issues. We hold it in different places, and these things invariably go to the weakest part of us. Innate cells, I love you. But it's time for you to release this fear with grace and ease. And just remember, your fears have a consciousness. This is proven scientifically. So cells, release this fear with grace and ease. Fear of not being safe, lift, shift with grace and ease. And take a nice deep breath. Now, there's a subconscious program in you. Remember, subconscious doesn't think, it's just programmed. Subconscious, fear program in my subconscious, not safe program in my subconscious. Can you hear me? It will say yes. And say it is now safe and time for you to transition into your healing, releasing that whole program from my subconscious now. I surrender it to the universe. I surrender it to source. I surrender it into a higher power. Now, you're going to connect with a template of feeling safe, trust, security. There's a template up there for you. Your amorphic field of all those emotions. So let us now connect with that highest template for you that's perfect for you right now, because it changes as you grow in consciousness. Template of perfection for me. Template of my highest feelings of safety and trust. Come down into me now. Let me embrace you. Let me embrace you in the very DNA in the cells of my body. And let it be activated. With grace and ease, I ask for the activation of feeling more trusting, more safe, more secure. that there is a higher purpose to all I'm going through right now, or you're going through right now. And if you can just connect with the energy of remembering your probable futures are all around you, and the highest probable future is the one that usually comes into being your reality that you're moving into next and next and next. And that if you can just a few times a day move yourself into this state of feeling happier, higher, better, and energetically just see that higher future. Oh, I feel safe. Life is working out. I'm getting support. It's working out. Just take yourself there. Bring that energy back down into the very cells of your body, into your heart, and then just say, thank you, universe, I trust. And then you go back to dealing with what you're dealing with. But as you do this work, you begin to do it with an expanded awareness. You begin to do it with an innate knowing inside that is counteracting, that is there for you, that is supporting you, whilst you're still going through all the stuff that you're going through, because obviously you are. Now, you know, this, if you can work on yourself and you're beginning to get an idea how to do it, you may need to do an hour of this on different layers, different levels, different fears, different anxieties. You need to do this work yourself. That's why learn how to muscle test. Do this kinesiology. And then each show that we do will give you a little bit of more knowledge in this area or in this area. And it will just keep expanding. It would just keep expanding. And there will be a workbook, which is in progress right now, on how to do this for yourself. So anyway, trust that the universe is in your corner. It really is working with you and for you, even though it doesn't always seem that way. Trust it is. And take care of yourself. And I'll see you for part 2 of this show very soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.